High school football ramps up across North Texas Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights this weekend. Greg Tepper is here to talk about it with us, managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You see him on Bally Sports and their great wrap-up show. I believe there's a podcast as well that I've heard about.
Yeah, you guys, you can't get rid of me these times. But it's the most wonderful time of the year, Deuce. There's more than 700 Texas high school football games this weekend, and I presume we're just going to go top to bottom, preview them all.
Here we go.
I like Balmaray over Rankin. I'm going to go with Chapel Hill over Gilmer. We'll just, oh no, you got a list. We can go.
What are these words coming out of your mouth?
It's an illness, man. It's tough.
Let me continue to read the word machine now, Greg. Every region of the state thinks that its football quality is best. But is North Texas kind of justified in maybe thinking it should have those bragging rights?
I think absolutely. I think when you take a look at how last year ended at the top classifications, 6A and 5A, DFW swept. If you can consider Alito DFW, which I think you should, you're talking about that I-20 corridor with Duncanville, DeSoto, and South Oak Cliff bringing home state championships, and then you add in Alito to that mix. DFW right now is the center of the Texas high school football universe. There's always that kind of push-pull between them, Austin, San Antonio, maybe Houston especially, but DFW, there's no doubt that this is the hotbed of high school football right now.
And let's talk about some of the matchups involving the schools that you're referencing here. 6A Division I champ Duncanville up against 5A Division II champ South Oak Cliff right out of the gate.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, a matchup of defending state champs and two programs that know each other very well. Of course, Jason Todd, the head coach at South Oak Cliff, is a disciple of Reginald Samples, the head coach there at Duncanville. They know each other very well, and you talk with both coaches, they love this matchup because it's a real iron sharpens iron situation. Duncanville starts the year #1 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football in 6A, our favorite to go back to back. They're loaded. They got one of the top prospects in the state in Colin Simmons, the defensive end, who just committed to Texas. They have a running back in Caden Durham, now committed to LSU. They are loaded at every position. South Oak Cliff, the back-to-back state champs, bring back a fair amount offensively. Quarterback William Green, who's the state championship MVP, is back. They're going to do some damage. But the question for me is going to William Little, rather, is a quarterback. But the question for me is going to be on the defense. They graduated 10 of their 11 starters. They signed more players to the FBS level than any other team in America last year. So there's a lot of pieces to replace there at South Oak Cliff. But Jason Todd's got two. They call him Coach 2 times for a reason. I think they're going to be ready for Week 1.
All right, let's talk about that Alito program you referenced, 5A Division I champs against TAPS Division I champion Parish Episcopal.
Yeah, this is a matchup of #1 teams, right? #1 team in the private school ranks in Parish Episcopal, always a powerhouse in the DFW Metroplex, and they have got playmakers everywhere you look. Their offense is really going to hum, and I'm interested to see exactly how they attack this Alito team that, of course, is coming back as a defending 5A Division I state champs. They have TCU commit Hoss Haney at the quarterback spot. What a name for a quarterback, Hoss Haney. They're loaded everywhere.
From the state especially.
They are the team to beat in 5A Division I. Now, you remember last year, Parish Episcopal beat Alito in the opener and kind of made us all think, what's wrong with Alito? Everything turned out okay. But a new coach there, Robbie Jones, taking over for the legendary Tim Buchanan. Are there growing pains early? I mean, we'll see. I think Alito's got to be your favorite. They look like the #1 team in 5A Division I.
A program that has had more than its share of success, of course. Allen meeting 6A Division II champ DeSoto in the Tom Landry Classic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game, and I love this matchup of kind of, I hate to say an old power versus a new power, but DeSoto, that win over in the state championship last year, of course, Coach Claude Mathis finally gets that elusive state championship. They bring back a lot from last year's team. Running back named Tiger Ryden, who's really fantastic. They bring back a quarterback, DJ Bailey, who's put on about 15 pounds, a really good weight. We saw him at the state 7-on-7 tournament this offseason. He really looks the part, a fantastic playmaker there. Going up against Allen, a second year under Coach Lee Wigginton. There's been some upheaval there. They've had some transfers out, which is something that we're not used to seeing there at Allen. They're looking for a quarterback. This is a really important year, I think, for Allen, because for years and years, they were the big bad wolf in DFW. Past couple of years, maybe the mystique is gone. They look beatable. They've lost games at home. They've lost district games. Can they get back to being that big, powerful squad in DFW? A win over defending state champ like DeSoto would certainly go a long way towards that.
Obviously, many programs are strong year after year. Some fall off, as we mentioned. But on the other hand, how difficult is it for any school, regardless of classification, to really make a drastic improvement from one year to next, in your opinion?
Yeah, it's really interesting. It depends really on which programs you're talking about. I think at the 6A level, the really high up, it's tough to make that leap. That top 10, 15 teams is really calcified in Texas high school football. You know, you can set your watch by Galena Park North Shore and Duncanville and Austin Westlake, Lake Travis, programs like that. But the smaller classifications, you do have these programs that can go up there and get, you know, depending on if you get a really fantastic class, come through. For example, I'll give you an example in the DFW area. Melissa's the program opening this brand new stadium this year. Been very good in the past, have a state championship under their belt. You know, kind of took a couple steps back. They're our #1 team to start the year in 5A Division II. We think they're absolutely loaded in large part because of what's a really good senior class. So as you get to the smaller classifications, that's 5A Division II, especially when you get to 4A and 3A. If you have one special class, they can really carry you to the top.
Greg Tepper doing it all in regards to high school football coverage. Dave Campbell's Texas Football, Bally Sports on Friday nights, podcasts, webcasts, whatever you want. This is your man. Buckle up, get ready to go, my friend. Enjoy the season.
Absolutely. I'll see my family at Christmas.
Thanks, Greg.